Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode from the Hermitcraft server. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having a fantastic day. We are back at the Squid farm today, and there's some things we need to do. We have to drain the rivers, and obviously the Squid farm itself isn't done yet either. There's a few things we still need to do to finish this all out, and all that kind of good stuff. Plus, I would like to make it look, I mean, I'm not really that worried about how it looks, but I want it to look at least a little bit better. We also need a better item collection system and an item elevator and all sorts of stuff like that. But I think the first thing is the rivers, because Tango, I'm borrowing some sponges from Tango. He was kind enough to lend them to me, but he actually needs them back, he said. So I think while we still have the sponges, we should probably drain the rivers. Now, the good news is I don't actually have to drain everything. I just need to drain the stuff that's actually within a river biome, because, like, if we stand over here, for example, this is forest. This is forest biome, and it's still forest all the way across the river? Is none of this actually river? That would save me so much time. It actually looks like this is all forest. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so actually I have to do about half of the amount of work that I thought I did. Because the thing is, fish and squid will not spawn in the water in forest biomes. It's only in river biomes. Oh, well, and ocean biomes of various different types, but it looks like this is all forest, plains, stuff like that. It looks like all of this water is not actually considered a river. So technically, all of this water doesn't matter. Like, we can just leave it. That's fantastic. Okay, so that's actually really good. There is river kind of going off in the... Oh boy, the server's a little rough right now. There we go. There is still river kind of over in this way, so we'll have to drain all of that. And this is still considered forest, not river. So actually, this won't be that bad. It's basically just going to be like a little bit of river that I need to drain right here until it turns into the swamp. And then I'm guessing this over here is also considered... Yeah, this is also considered river, so this is going to have to be drained too. But still, that's way less water than I thought it was going to be. Like, with a couple of sponges, this actually shouldn't be too bad. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, well, I'm going to get to it. In the meantime, speaking of Tango, Tango did the Dig My Bits competition, and we finally all got together to announce the results. So why don't you give that a watch while I'm draining these rivers?
All right, bit diggers, here we are. This is the big moment.
Oh man,
are we ready?
The grand reveal.
We are missing Biffa. I think Biffa did dig one bit himself, but he could not make it here, unfortunately. But I think it's safe to say he was not the winner.
Okay. So he only got one bit.
I think so. Maybe one or two, I'm not sure. So what we're going to do here is reveal one at a time. You guys take your books and just kind of toss them my way, and let me know what your count is, and then the winner will be... I have quite the prize here ready. We'll just say
we already know who's won.
No, it's totally a mystery.
We have our suspicions. Isn't it?
We have our suspicions, yes. All right, Impulse, what's your total?
All right, I have 8 bits.
8! Not bad. Not bad. That's more than I thought.
Not too shameful.
That's pretty impressive.
Not too bad. Okay.
Now, I have 4 and 1 bits. For some reason, they don't stack together, but 5.
4 and 1 bits.
Because you tried to make a cheaty bit, probably.
Yeah,
Hey, no, I did no such thing.
Cheaty bits.
No cheaty bits.
Cheaty bits.
They're all legit.
All right, well, do I need to... You have a dump truck coming in? Or how's this gonna work out?
I do. I've got 18.
18.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Wow.
All right, so now I'm curious. Okay, I think there were 33 total.
There were.
And I've got 31 here, counting your cheaty bit, if that is a cheaty bit. I'm not sure. So maybe Biffa got 2. I'm not sure. But, Wells, congratulations, my friend.
Well, thank you.
Jealous.
So jealous. Watch this.
What are the runner-up prices, though, Tango?
Runner-up prizes? No, I mean not that.
Wait.
No, not that. No, phew. That should be me. Luckily, I logged in before you and picked it up. All right, here, you get a rocket, and you get a rocket.
One
There you go.
rocket.
I should get 2
It was
rockets.
totally-
Okay,
worth
you can have 2 rockets.
Thank you.
Runner-up prize. All right, Wells. You've heard about the glorious grand prize, right?
I have all the poppies I could ever want and then some.
Exactly. Unlimited poppies. All right, well, we're gonna get started. Here we go. Look at this guy creeping.
Let's
He's
do
gonna
it.
try- Hey!
Hey, sorry.
Creeping in, trying to steal it. All right, here we go. Here's phase 1 of the prize. Some of that, and some of that.
Oh my god, there's phases to this prize.
There's multiple phases. This prize is so good.
Shulker boxes of rockets.
2 shulker boxes full of
Always
rockets.
useful.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay. Now, you also know that the grand prize came with unlimited, purely ethical iron, right?
And poppies.
And poppies, yes. So here, I give this to you. This is just a sample. Just a sample
Actually,
for
I
you.
should look and see. Oh, yeah. That'll do.
Oh my goodness me!
Well, that'll do. That'll do.
That'll do. See,
it.
Tango!
think
How
No, no,
trying of you mind to make all of those
I know.
iron blocks?
That was like 12
Goodness
hours
me.
of work there. Just to
And
get
you're
all
building
those.
a poppy farm at the same
I
time.
know,
Can't
exactly.
believe it.
I know.
think of
So
all
just
the
to-
decorative
Here.
hoppers
Just to
and
be clear, Wells,
anvils. Oh,
Disclaimer: that iron cannot be sold, traded, or made any profit means whatsoever to any other fellow hermits. Yada yada yada. Right? You know the deal, right?
yeah. You beat it.
Fine print.
You
It
ruined
is
my
for
plans,
you.
but you ruined them earlier when you put it in the book. So
All right, here you go, sir. Grand prize. Enjoy.
very nice. The beacons,
That gold looks familiar.
Unlimited
That gold,
iron!
and unlimited iron.
Authentic gold.
Why, thank you, good sir.
2 stacks
You are
of 38.
welcome.
That's enough to make a full-size beacon, right?
Full-size
Yes.
beacon. The beacon itself. The amazing trident, which I think I might have screwed up the enchants. I think I forgot which ones were exclusive, like Riptide or Channeling or Loyalty or something like that. So
Yeah,
may have-
Riptide doesn't mix with loyalty and channeling.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Riptide and Channeling. that
But you
didn't
can
mix.
put loyalty and channeling on the same.
Yes, and I think I put Loyalty on it, so it looks like
Okay.
you're getting Channeling. So
Cool,
sorry
and that's
about
fine. That's actually what I wanted. So
that. Okay, perfect.
That works.
And you also got a free Riptide enchant there. I threw in just in case.
sweet.
All right, guys, I gotta say,
Cool.
this was I was blown away at how fast the bits were dug. It was very cool. So thank
Tore
you.
through it.
It was fun.
Thank you.
It was a very clever way to get other people to work on your base
It
for
was
you.
fun, and I can't say any of you, even the runners up, I feel were probably rewarded with the bits you found. I would say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
some
it's
good
some
prizes.
stuff.
Good. All right, guys. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
You bet. That was fun.
All right, guys, I am back. I've cleared out all the rivers within a relatively large radius of the squid farm. So I'm gonna go give Tango his sponges back because he did say that he needs them, and I'll let him know. I'll shoot him a message on Discord as well to let him know that they're here. But let's just put them. I mean, this is kind of his whole thing right now. It's basically got a hole. I will put them right here with a sign that says, "Thanks for letting me borrow the sponges, Wells." And then we'll throw the sponges in there, and I'll give him a couple of diamonds just as a thank you. He didn't ask for any. He didn't like lend me the sponges for a cost, but I think it's good for him. When someone does a favor for you, you know, it's always nice to show a little bit of gratitude by giving them something in return. So now I think the next thing I need to do. Wow, that's really cool. I hope that's not spoilers. Anyway, the next thing that I need to do is grab a whole bunch of kelp. I need a lot of kelp. And I should actually have quite a bit of kelp. How much have we got? Not as much kelp as I thought. Okay, I may have to gather some kelp in that case, because that might be enough, maybe, if we let it grow on its own. But I think I should probably just get some more. I mean, it's not exactly difficult to find. You just go in an ocean and you can get all the kelp you ever wanted and then some. So I think I will grab some kelp, and then I'm going to head back to the farm, and the squid farm anyway, and add that to the farm so we can actually start spawning squid in there. All right, guys, we're back at the squid farm. And well, first of all, let's take a look and fly around. So as you can see, I have drained pretty much all of the rivers, as I said before. This stuff over here should be out of range of the spawning. And then all this stuff over here, squids and fish can't spawn in here anyway, so we don't actually have to drain any of that. So just about all the spawnable water within range of the squid farm, I think, is gone. And if there is any left, there shouldn't be enough that it's really going to hurt the efficiency of the farm too much. So the other thing I did is I went ahead and I did get some of the kelp in place. You can kind of see it a little bit, but I mean, basically what's here, these all have a kelp plant in them, in all of the water columns, and it's slowly growing. It's not there yet. After I planted the kelp, I actually went AFK for about an hour or so because I had some other stuff to do anyway. So I figured I'd let it grow. Let's check and see if we're actually getting any squid in our squid farm. And we are. Look at that. We've got 28 ink sacs and 7 salmon. It's not a ton, but at least we know the farm works, and that's the important thing. Can I take off? Pretty please? I'm gonna have difficulty taking off from right there. Let's try like right here. There we go. Yeah, so it looks like the farm is working. I was not AFKing in the ideal location for the farm to work. Oh, and yeah, I haven't caught up on the chat since I got back anyway. But yeah, I think we're good. So I wasn't expecting to see a lot of squid ink in there. I just wanted to see a couple to make sure that the farm does actually work, and it appears it does. So I think the next step is probably to finish out as much of the farm as I can with the sugarcane that I have left. I think we can do... I hope we'll have enough sugarcane to finish this box right here. This little chunk over here, we're not going to have enough sugarcane to do that. But I think we've got enough. I think we probably have just enough to do this bit. So I think I'm going to do that. It shouldn't... Well, it is going to take a while, because placing... It doesn't seem like it would take that much, but placing down all the sugarcane is... it's actually pretty tedious, because you can't always see the sugarcane. Like, it's kind of hard, because it's green on a green background, and it's kind of goofy to find the hitboxes sometimes. But it shouldn't be that bad. I'm guessing it'll probably take me... I don't know, maybe half an hour to an hour to do this bit, give or take. So I'm going to get that done, and then I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. It's a bit later, and I've gotten basically the second half of this all done. So I don't know exactly how much bigger than Falsa's Squid Farm this is, but it's probably 2 or 3 times the size right now. And we still need to do that other little addition to it over here on this side. The thing is, I am actually almost completely out of sugarcane. I actually had to run back to my sugarcane farm with like one little section left, and thankfully some of the other hermits had been loading those chunks for just enough that there was like an extra stack and a half of sugarcane sitting in my sugarcane farm, and that's all that I've got. So I think I'm going to finish the rest of this chunk later. I'm probably gonna have to AFK at the sugarcane farm, or I might just come back and finish it later kind of as we go, because this is still, even as it stands right now, this is still a pretty good sized farm. Like, this thing is pretty big. So I think I have planted all the kelp plants. If we come way down here, they all have a little kelp growing on them. It's probably going to take an hour or 2 for all the kelp to grow. Thankfully, I don't have to actually do anything. It'll just kind of happen on its own. The trick is, I probably should mention this just in case. If you do want to build this farm yourself, first of all, go watch Omango's video where he designed the farm. Second of all, when you look at the kelp with the debug screen up like this, on the right side of the screen, you'll see where it'll say targeted block, Minecraft kelp, age, and then this one says 3. For this one, in order for all the kelp to grow, you need to not fall down. In order for all the kelp to grow, you need to plant it and break it and plant it until it's age 8 or less. So everything there is under age 8, or is age 8 or less. Therefore, it will eventually, given enough time, grow all the way up to the very top. And then these water source blocks up here are actually just going to be turned into a different block, because this is not a level that Squid can actually spawn at, and the farm will be more efficient if it's covered, because sub-chunks are no longer a thing. So yeah, basically, this is kind of how, it's pretty much good to go. What I do want to do still, though, we've got these walls here, and I want to build up these walls and then fill in these little spaces here kind of on the side, because right now, they're not really doing anything. They're just kind of here. And we need to be able to use these spaces, otherwise we're just wasting a lot of potential spawning spaces. So I'm going to take these stone walls here, and I'm going to build them up all the way up to this level. It shouldn't actually take me that long. I'm just going to go regular old stone and plop it down until it's done. But we need to build up this wall right here. This wall right here. This wall right here, and I think that's it. I'm not going to build a wall here because eventually we're going to expand the farm out to here like so. Also, a lot of people were asking why I built it in such a weird shape last episode. It's because the whole thing needs to be located within a river biome. So basically the shape, this bizarre shape, is all marking out this is within the river biome. So technically, I could actually expand the farm to all the way to where the edge of these walls are. I would have to redo the item collection system, and since I'd have to redo the item collection system, I'd basically have to redo the farm, so that's not going to happen at this point. But we're making some progress. We're getting there. Next step, walls. All right, I have the first wall built up, just plain old stone, nothing fancy at all. But while I was doing this, I kind of came to a realization, and there's something here that we need to fix, like, immediately, or it could potentially be a absolute disaster. And that's the fact that it is not lit up down there. And between the blocks on top and the blocks and the water, like, it's actually pretty dark down there. We basically built I mean, obviously it is a spawner, but we've also, yep, see what I mean? Zombies are fine, but we get one creeper down here that explodes and blows up all the sugarcane, and that's hours. I mean, literal hours of work undone, because sugarcane is not exactly a very blast-resistant block. I mean, it will be destroyed very quickly if we're not careful. So basically, I'm gonna hang out down here and hope that there are no creepers already down here, because if there are, it's gonna be a bad day. And I'm just gonna spam a bunch of torches. I don't see anything else. Oh man. Yeah, this is a little scary. And the pattern of the torches and stuff like that, like, I wish I had thought of this when I was initially building everything, because it would have been much easier, but okay, I think we're good now. It should be bright enough down here that any mob spawning that does happen should be pretty minimal. If, and we may not even have mob spawning at all. But yeah, that is definitely not something that you want to potentially mess around with. That's a good way to undo a whole lot of progress in a matter of seconds. So, whew, glad we got that fixed. All right, guys, I'm back. Walls are in place. I went ahead and did that outer layer of the farm as well. So basically everything that's here is fully functional, and I added a little AFK box up here as well. This is 24 blocks above the top of the farm. That's basically how far away from Squid you need to be in order for them to spawn. And it should be essentially a decent spot to AFK. It is phantom proof. Little trap door to get in, iron door to get out. Everything should be good, torched up, all this other kind of stuff, etc., etc. So what is actually left to do, other than this little part over here, which I'll have to do later after I get more sugarcane, I basically just need to let the kelp grow up all the way, and I just finished planting some of it a few minutes ago, so it's going to take a little while for all the kelp to grow. But once it does, then we're going to swap out this water source block up here for probably glass blocks is what I'm thinking, something along those lines. You could also use, I think technically you could use any block. You could use stone again if you wanted, but I'll probably use glass blocks just so you can kind of see into the farm at least a little bit. And then occasionally you might see a squid spawning or stuff. Like this one, for example, this would already be good. Any of these that the kelp has either grown all the way up to or to like the block right below these are set. Like, that one right there, that one would be fine. This one here would be fine. This one would also be fine. Yeah, so there's a few of them. I mean, basically, I'm just going to go AFK for a while. Well, I'm going to go AFK in Minecraft. What I'm actually going to do is probably switch over and record some other videos for my second channel. But while that's waiting, I'm just going to go AFK, and we should not only have all the kelp grow, but we should also probably get at least a handful of ink sacs as well. Yeah, there's one in there right now. I actually had about 40 in there. There was a brief moment where CubFan logged off and the farm went crazy. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and AFK for a while. And when I come back, all the kelp should be grown and hopefully we'll have a bunch of ink in our farm. Okay, guys, so the item elevator is done, and the squid, all these glass blocks are now in place. Basically, all the kelp grew as far as it could. I spent a few hours AFKing while I was recording House Flipper with Wifey, and during that time, all the kelp grew up to as far as it could grow, so I replaced the top block with glass like this because the farm is more efficient if it's covered, even if it's just covered with glass or stone or whatever. So that's all done. And then I also installed an item elevator, and I think it's actually about to be night. Let's see if we can sleep real quick here before it gets dark. Sun is going down, I believe. But long story short, the farm is working, and it's working wonderfully. It would, of course, work better if there weren't other people online. But nonetheless, it is working. It is providing squid ink, stuff is spawning inside, and it is now fully functional. I still want to expand it, as I've said many times, so the farm will be bigger when it's finally done, once I get a bit more sugarcane. But I think overall, like, it's good for now, and I could just AFK up in that little box and let the squid farm kind of do its thing. And while it's doing its thing, it'll output everything. So let's go take a look at the item elevator, because it's pretty straightforward. We'll just kind of work our way down the ladder here. Basically, the farm is going to output to a single line of hoppers, as we know. And that hopper line will run under here and around and into a dropper, which you can't really see. It's right there. There's a dropper right there. And then this item elevator goes all the way up. So when you put stuff, well, let's put like 16 cobble in here. It'll start spitting out and you'll be able to see the items going up, which I think is good. I think that's a nice visual thing. And then as far as the redstone circuitry goes, it's super easy. The dropper is just on the other side of this block. We have a block here and a block here, block here and block here. Comparator in subtract mode. And then a piece of redstone dust and a repeater. So whenever there's something in the dropper, it will pulse, essentially. And it will continuously send the items up. So it's pretty straightforward there. I think we are going to cover these hoppers just for lag purposes. It shouldn't mess with the farm at all. Ooh, or does it? Is that going to lock these hoppers? No, it doesn't appear so. Okay, I was kind of worried that... Why does the... Anyway, I guess it's fine. The other option I suppose we could just put slabs on top of these instead. You know what? For now, let's get rid of these, and I will figure something else out there later. Why are you... Oh, I see. Because there needs to be a block there. Okay. I think we are pretty much good to go. So all that's really left to do is kind of properly break this thing in with a long overnight AFK session, see how many ink sacks we can get. And then also, I think I kind of want to talk with False, because I don't really want to compete with False. I don't plan to open up like an ink shop or anything like that. So I might talk with her and just say like, hey, you're welcome to use my farm instead, because it's much bigger. Maybe she will, maybe she won't. I don't know. I need to figure out what I'm going to say to her in regards to this squid farm. But I really don't have any desire to compete with False's ink shop because, yeah. So I think we're good. I'm going to AFK here overnight. I have heard, though, that there's been some pretty significant purchases in the shopping district. So I want to head over there real quick before we call it a day. So let me head over there. I'll meet you in the shopping district as soon as I get there. Okay. Here we are in the shopping district, and I want to check out my, well, we should check out the Bushes shop as well, the Bushes boutique. Let's check that out and just see. I know Jevin went on a big shopping spree. Yeah, he did get 1 diamond. I don't know why people like dark oak leaves so much instead of regular oak. Like, is there a difference? I always thought dark oak and regular oak were basically the exact same thing, but maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, let's head to the glass shop, because this is where I think the glass shop is my money maker on this server. Let's just peek in here right quick. There we go. We'll check all the stained glass first. Oh, look at that. Someone bought a bunch of red stained glass. That's fantastic. That's 10 diamonds right there. I'm glad I checked that. I wasn't actually expecting... Was there? Okay. Oh, we're selling some cyan stained glass. Any of the other colors over here? Doesn't look like it. And look at that. So we just made 30 diamonds. Because we had, well, we had 1 from the Bushes... the Bushes boutique, but 30 diamonds from the glass shop. That's fantastic. And looks like the stained glass is selling. The regular glass is selling. All in all, this shop is turning out to be very successful. I just need to make sure that I keep it stocked up. So I'll probably restock that between this episode and the next one, just to make sure there's always enough glass there for the other hermits to purchase if they want to. But guys, I am out of time for this episode, so I think I'm going to call this one right here. My friends, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.